good afternoon all of you. I hope all of you are fine. So today let's start our economics class. Indian economic development. Okay. In previous chapters like first, second and third chapters, anyone having any problem? So today I will start chapter 4, poverty. Okay. Today our topic is poverty. So have you any idea about poverty? What is, how we can define the term poverty? Anyone? Okay. Poverty is the persons or people. No, Shayan, why not? This already you learned in class 9 in your economics book, SSC. Okay. So poverty means the persons who can't fulfill their basic requirements. Okay. So let's see what is this basic requirements. Basic requirements means, or basic needs means food, cloth, shelter, education, health care, okay, Shorudeep, how are you? Understood all of this chapter which already I completed? Okay, so the persons who can't fulfill their basic needs or basic requirements, the persons, the people we can say under the poverty. Okay, so see everyone follow your book, chapter number 4, poverty, page number 60. Okay, introduction part. In previous chapters, you have studied the economic policies that India has taken in the last 5.5 decades and outcome of these policies with relation to the various developmental indicators. Yes, in the 5-year plans we adopted various strategies, which strategies helped us to development of our country. Okay. Next, the providing minimum basic needs to people and reduction of poverty have been the major aims of independent India. The pattern of development that the successive 5-year plans envisage laid emphasis on the upliftment of the poorest of the poor, who are also known as the Antyodaya. Okay. So from government, from them also taking some measures, Antyodaya Yojana, integrating the poor into the mainstream and achieving the minimum standard of living for all. From the government, they tried to remove the inequality. They gave the equal opportunity, equal facility or benefits for all. Okay. Next, while addressing the Constituent Assembly in 1947, Jawaharlal Nehru had said the achievements or independence is but a step and opening of opportunity to the great triumphs and achievements that await us. The ending of poverty and ignorance and disease and inequality of opportunity. However, we need to know where we stand today. The poverty is reduced or not? Let's see. Poverty is not only a challenge for India, as more than 1/5 of the world's poor live in India alone. Yes, it is 1/5 of population of the world. 1/5 population of the world lived in India who are poor. Basically, it is 260 million or 26 crore. But also for the world where more than 260 million people are not able to their basic needs. Poverty has many faces which have been changing from place to place and across time and has been described in many ways. Most often, poverty is a situation that people want to escape. So, poverty is a call to action for the poor and the wealthy alike. A call to change the world so that many more may have enough to eat, adequate shelter, access to education and health, protection from violence and voice in what happens in their communities. So, how we can reduce the poverty? So, we have to give to all the people food, adequate shelter, education, health care, security for all. After then we can reduce the poverty, which is one of the major challenge for India. To know what helps to reduce poverty, what works and what does not, what changes over time. Poverty has to be defined, measured and studied and even experienced, as poverty has many dimensions. It has to be looked at through a variety of indicators, levels of income and consumption, social indicators and indicators of vulnerability. So, let us see what is the vulnerability. So, how can we define this term? So, vulnerability means the persons who live or who can't able to earn or they lost their job for due to any climatic disaster or natural disaster, or the persons who are physically weak, physically handicapped, or the poor person from the previous they had no money and for the upcoming years they remaining the poor. So, this situation, this condition is called the vulnerability. Okay, clear to all? So, who are the poor? Obviously, poor persons, poor people around us. So, let us see who are the poor. You would have noticed that in all localities and neighborhoods, both in rural and urban areas, there are some of us who are poor and some of who are rich. Read the story of Anu and Shudha. See, in page number 61, box number 4.1, there is one story about Anu and Shudha. Let's start. Anu and Shudha were both born on the same day. Anu's mother and father were construction laborers and Shudha's father was a businessman and Shudha's mother was a designer. So, Anu's mother carrying the head load of bricks, okay, and until she went into labor. She then went behind the tool shed on the construction site and delivered her baby. Okay. So, there is no medical care. Okay. So, when and she kept her Anu in cradle with made of the gunny sack. Okay. And she fed her child and then wrapped her in an old sari. So, and obviously when she go to for her job, obviously she thinking that her baby was sleeping. Okay. So, when Anu is growing from from her childhood, she getting no enough food, she not got the education, okay, and she collect the food from the dustbin. So, and after then she obviously she take care herself. There is no one for take care her. Okay. So, once time Onu obviously she was like to dance, but there is no scope. She want to be a stage dancer, but there was no scope. Okay. And after the age of 12, obviously Anu engaged with her father mother construction work. Okay. But in case of the Sudha, if we see Sudha, she born in one famous nursing home. Okay. And from childhood she take various type of the attention from her parents and relatives, and obviously after then when she growing, she get the good education opportunity. After then she went to college, and she had the and she liked to paint or drawing, and after then when she complete her education, obviously she known as one famous painter. Okay. So, see one case, one story, one person obviously from her childhood she get everything, okay, whatever need for living one persons. But see in case of Onu, from childhood she got nothing, okay, for living the minimum life. So, obviously Anu, that type of the persons, obviously they are the poor persons. Okay. So, let us see again. Poor cart vendors, street cobblers, women who string flowers, rag pickers, vendors and beggars are examples of poor and vulnerable groups in urban areas. The poor people possess few assets and reside in kacha hutments with walls made of baked mud and roof made of grass, thatch, bamboo and wood. And poorest of them, who are the poorest from the poor person, okay. So, they had their own home, their own dwellings. In rural areas, many of them are landless. Even if some of them possess land, it is only dry or wasteland. Many do not get to have even 2 meals a day. It is difficult to provide their family twice meal per day. Okay. So, starvation and hunger are the key feature of the poorest household. Okay. The poor lack basic literacy and skill, and hence have very limited economic opportunities. Poor people also face unstable unemployment. Malnutrition is alarmingly high among the poor. Ill health, disability or serious illness makes them physically weak. Yes, because from the childhood they not got any proper food, nutritious food, they not got any health checkup. Okay. So, obviously they suffer by the any difficulty, disease or physical, obviously they are the physically weak, and also they borrow money from moneylenders who charges high rate of interest that lead them into chronic indebtedness. So, what is the meaning of chronic indebtedness? Chronic indebtedness means when one person's lend any money lenders, okay, lend money from any money lenders. So, obviously they are the poor persons for buying or for investing their money in for the further production process or for buying their foods. Okay, they borrow the money from money lenders and at the end they are unable to meet or repay their loans. Okay, so for that reasons they charges the high interest rate and again they fall in the debt trap, which is called chronic indebtedness. All of you understood? Up to this, anyone having any problem? Shaurodeep, any problem? Only Shayan responds here. Where are others? Shayan here, Shaurodeep here, and who are here? Others too? Reply me. Okay. So, okay, Akash. Akash, have you understood? Okay. Okay, so after that the poor are highly vulnerable. I already explained what is the vulnerable condition. They are not able to negotiate their legal wages from employers and are exploited. Most poor households have no access to electricity. The primary cooking fuel is firewood and cow dung cake. A large section of poor do not even have access to safe drinking water. There is evidence of extreme gender inequality in the participation of gainful employment, education and in decision making with the family. Poor women receive less care on their way to motherhood. Their children are less likely to survive or be born healthy. Yes, because from childhood. Okay, next I will tell about the project because this is not now needed the project about the project. So, another classes I will discuss about the project. Okay, Shaurodeep? Yes, Shan, what you want to tell? Ma'am, how we will submit? What do you want to say, Shayan? Submit means? Later on I will tell about the project. Submit. Okay, project is not now needed. Okay, so later on I will discuss. Not now. Okay. So a large section of poor people do not even have access to safe drinking water. Okay, and also their problem, they face the problem of the sanitation. Now, scholars identify the poor on the basis of their occupation and ownership of assets. So, who are the scholars? They identify who are the poor. They told that the persons who we can define the poor on the basis of their occupation and the ownership of the assets. They state that the rural poor work mainly as landless agricultural laborers, cultivators with very small land holdings, landless laborers who are engaged in a variety of non-agricultural jobs, and tenant cultivators with small land holdings. And the urban poors, about the urban poor are largely the overflow of the rural poor who had migrated to urban areas. Yes, in case of the urban poor, we have seen maximum of the persons who migrated from the rural area to urban area, and they come for the searching job opportunity. Exam dates are not scheduled, okay. So later on I will tell. Shorodeep, okay. Okay, so next one, who had migrated to urban areas in search of alternative employment and livelihood. Laborers who do a variety of casual jobs and self-employment who sell a variety of things on roadside and engage in various activities. Obviously, who come from the rural area to urban area, they engage with the other jobs. Obviously, some persons they get the job opportunity in some mills, or other persons they sell variety of things or commodity in the roadside area. So like this, and obviously these are like daily labor, okay, because if one single day they can't earn the minimum amount to fulfill their basic needs, so obviously this person also the poor persons. Now, how are poor people identified? How we identify the poor people? So who are the poor? Obviously all of you understood who are the poor persons. Now how these poor are identified? In India, if India is to solve the problem of poverty, it has to find viable and sustainable strategies to address the causes of poverty and design schemes to help the poor out of their situation. However, for this scheme to be implemented, the government needs to be able to identify who are the poor. So first, government identify who are the poor. After then, government taken some initiative for the poor for reducing the poverty. Okay, and the factors that make up the criteria for measurement or mechanism need to be carefully chosen. In pre-independent India, Dadabhai Naoroji was the first to discuss the concept of poverty line. He used the menu for the prisoner and used appropriate prevailing prices to arrive at what may be called jail cost of living. So let's see what is jail cost of living. So this jail cost of living, this term is given by the Dadabhai Naoroji. Okay, and he given one idea that about the poverty line, that obviously in the prison there was obviously one adult person, and what is the minimum food provided to them and what is the prices of its food, and obviously this one is the minimum requirement for all the persons. Okay, so by this, and this amount is necessary for the all people, and by this Dadabhai Naoroji defined as the poverty line. So, let us see. However, only adults stay in jail prison, whereas in an actual society there are children too. He therefore appropriately adjusted the cost of living to arrive at poverty line. So, this is not for only for the adult, because in jail there was only for the adult this place, but for in our society there was with adult, obviously children are also there. So, that is why we need more of thing. So, let us see, for this adjustment he assumed that 1/3 of population consisted of children and half of them consume very little, while the other half consume half of the adult diet. Okay. So, in the society there are 1/3 population consisted children and half of them consume very little and half of them eat half of the consume half of the adult. So, this how he arrived at the factor of 3/4. 1/6, see in your book, 1/6 nil, then 1/6 half, they consume half, then 2/3 consume the full meal. So, 3/4 full is the weighted average of consumption of the three segment gives the average poverty line. By this we can find out the poverty line and who are under the poverty and who are the not, which comes out to be 3/4 of the adult jail cost of living. Okay. Okay. So, next, in post-independent India there have been several attempts to work out mechanism to identify the member of poor in country. For instance, in 1962 the Planning Commission formed a study group in 1979. Another body called Task Force on Projections of Minimum Needs and Effective Consumption Demand was formed. In 1989, an expert group was constituted for the same purpose. Besides these bodies, many individual economists have also attempted to develop such mechanism. For the purpose of defining poverty, we divide people into two categories, the poor and the non-poor, and the poverty line separated too. So, who are under the below poverty line, they are obviously categorized by BPL. Who are under the who are above the poverty line, obviously they are known as the APL. Okay. Now, the how many there are many kinds of poor, the absolutely poor, very poor and the poor. Similarly, there are various kind of non-poor, the middle class, the upper middle class and the rich, and the very rich and the absolutely rich. Think of this as a line or continuum from the very poor to absolutely rich, with the poverty line dividing the poor from the non-poor. So, first we discussing variety of the poor or variety types of the poor. First I will discuss here there are the two types of poverty. Okay. One is the relative poverty, another is absolute poverty. Okay. So, what is the meaning of relative poverty? Relative poverty means when we compare one individual to another individual, or one group to another group, or one country to another country. If one country is less developed country and another country is developed country, obviously who are the developed country? They are the richest country, and who are the less developed? Obviously they are the poor country. So, less developed country relatively poor to the developed country. Otherwise, in one country there are the two group of the society, one has the poorest people, another has the richest people. So, we can say this poor people is relatively poor to the richest person. Okay. And what is the absolute poverty? Absolute poverty means the person who can't fulfill their basic requirements or basic needs like food, clothes, shelter, health care, education, safe drinking water. So, these are the basic needs or requirements. Who can't fulfill these basic requirements, we can say they are under the absolute poverty, or in case of relative poverty we can compare one person to another person. So, up to this, anyone having any problem? Shayan, Shorodeep, anyone? Okay. So, next, see in your book categorizing poverty. There are many ways to categorize poverty. In one such way, people who are always poor, yes, who are always poor, who not fulfill their basic needs, and those who are usually poor, okay, but who may sometimes have little more money, like casual workers. If in one day they get job or they engage in any work, obviously for that day they earn something, and with this earning they obviously fulfill their basic needs. It is not possible, but they try to fulfill their basic needs. So, they are called the usually poor. So, first one is the always poor. One group, they are always poor. Others are usually poor, and under this we can give one example like casual workers. Okay. Next, okay, but many sometimes have a little more money, are grouped together as the chronic poor. So, these always poor and usually poor we can categorize under the chronic poor. That means they from the previous they consistently they was the poor. So, we can say they are the chronic poor. Clear to all? Okay, so remember this one, always poor and usually poor, they are under the chronic poor. Next, another group who are under the who are we can say cunning poor. Okay, so cunning poor who regularly move in and out of poverty, like small farmers or seasonal workers. That means during the whole year only few months or few seasons they have the job, others time they remain unemployed. Okay, so they are called the cunning poor. So small farmer or seasonal workers, we can say they are under the cunning poor, and this cunning poor and one of the occasionally poor, they are under the transient poor. Okay, so let's see who are the occasionally poor. The occasionally poor who are rich most of the time, but many may sometimes have a patch of bad luck. Okay, sometimes, only sometimes due to their bad luck they faces some problems, okay, or faces some poor quality of life. Okay, so they are called the occasionally poor. So cunning poor and occasionally poor. They are under the transient poor. Okay, next day I will continue this class, and next day I will continue who are under the non-poor. So, up to this, anyone having any problem? Akash. Okay. So, next day I will continue this class. So, for today, all of you, thank you.